The damned
do
will
this
sooner
for now,
die
and
again than
eventually
lay a hand on
it'll
me.
work, I guess. Maybe, I don't know, I don't care. I haven't streamed on YouTube in ages. Ages. I mean, literal ages. It has been so long. Oh my god. I'm only streaming because I have to. Gotta be very honest. On that one, I'm only streaming on YouTube because I literally can't stream on Twitch. Then again, it's fine. Whatever. Hello everyone, my name's Andre, and as always, here we are once again with another stream. If you're wondering why on YouTube, well, ask Twitch. Twitch did not want, by the life of me, to want to allow me to stream on YouTube. I don't know why. Oh, that's new wood. Let's get some more. Wood is always a bit useful. But yeah, guys, welcome to the 2nd anniversary. Not gonna do, like... I finally fixed the image issues with Genshin. So we finally can have some fun playing the game. Don't ask me what happened, though, you know, it is what it is. So, without any further ado, let's start by gathering a couple of these lovely rewards. Especially this one. Now, I've wanted a new pet in forever, and now they're giving me one, which I absolutely love. So let's claim all. Look at this. Look at this. It already feels like an anniversary to me. And we also have a login bonus.
Everything's ready. Let's
go.
Go.
We just get a free collie. Collie, whatever you want to call her.
Everything's ready. Let's go.
That's great. We will be testing them as well before, you know, before we start. The dreams, emptiness, and deception. Then we have the Lupus Aureus chapter. Lupus means a wolf, which is interesting. So we'll see that. There's a new area, the Searing Dreams in the Sea of Sand. Then we have a new boss as well. Look at that. Oh, and the login bonus hasn't started yet. Okay. Okay, let's do the once. There was a glorious kingdom established in the heavens. Among the heavens. In the heavens, it's the same thing. We don't need to see that because we have already seen it multiple times, you know. I'm kind of pointless. In a while, I might just restart the stream, by the way, if Twitch finally starts to work again. I'm just saying, so that you guys can expect that to happen. We'll be going for Sino, whilst in this new update, we'll be going for Sino. Although, I'm not gonna get him. I'll just warn you guys right now, I'm not gonna get Sino. I'm just trying to build up pity so that I can get Nahida. But you know, it is cool that we get an opportunity to do that. So let's see, something interesting happening around here? Not really. Okay, so we can start this quest, but before that, yeah, this is expired. Yeah, it's fine. Before that, let's do this. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's so fucking cute. I love it! I love it so much! I love it so much! I love you. You're so cute! My god, I love it. I'm gonna be very honest. I'm gonna be very, very honest. All I wanted from this update. I mean, new area, new big area to explore, cool, yeah, definitely. All I wanted was the pet. That's all I care about. But yeah, let's switch teams because this is my Zhongli farming team. So let's switch teams real quick, and yeah, let's start with the story, shall we? Now, I might do a quick. I don't know if you guys would like to, but I might do a quick recap of the story. Don't know for certain, but there's a high chance that I'll do that. A quick just recap of the story, so that we can analyze a little bit the story. You know how I like to do things, right? So that we can analyze a little bit the story. But overall, I'm very excited to see what direction it's taking, especially after the cliffhanger that we had on the previous one. So that it's gonna be very exciting to see where this is going. Let's see. Let me just check something real quick. I have 41. Yeah, I have 41. So at the very least, I think that's an upgrade on here, on Varanara, whatever it is called. So I'm gonna at the very least do that pretty quick, and then we'll start. But whilst we're doing that, let's do a little bit of a story recap, shall we? Actually, I forgot to change my chat to live chat. That's my fault. Okay. Now it's live chat. Now it should be better. So a quick update, right, on the previous chapter. So after we arrived to Sumeru, we went around with this young lady who was telling us about Nahida, or Lesser Lord Kusunali. And we learned that, well, basically no one likes her, which is such a shame. I mean, she's so mistreated, it's actually sad. Very, very sad. But at the very least, you know, thankfully she doesn't let it... She's not sad about it, right? She doesn't feel bad about herself, which is, you know, something that... At the very least, there's that. The poor child. But we meet this young lady, and she's sick. She has a disease that I would describe kind of like Grayscale from Game of Thrones, you know? She has a disease that makes you more fatigued until the point where you can't even walk and do anything, and eventually you'll die. So let's check out real quick what Catherine has to say. And let's pay a little bit of attention.
We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Let me think. Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this
Oh
afternoon.
no, I left
Recite a love
school.
poem on stage.
The love poem is not the worst part about that. Just I left school already. I thought I was free from academic symposiums, right?
Wait, say what now?
The love poem is fine.
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Yeah, you're asking a bit too much. So let's see. You want me to recite a poem and then photograph the people? Do I have permits for this? Do I have image consent forms? I mean, Catherine, I can't get. I'm gonna get sued.
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission.
I mean, I am. It's just I'm not given a choice.
In that case, please go to Port Armos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Okay.
That's not any better.
Mercenaries and orphanages really don't go together. I mean...
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly has been submitting these commissions
This is
to the
very
Adventurers
weird.
Guild?
This is very
the
weird.
Commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in
Yeah,
action.
it's Lesser Lord Kusunali.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often.
Okay, Lesser Lord. I mean, let's stop calling her Lesser Lord. She doesn't deserve it. She's a good girl. I mean, sure, fine. I don't mind.
So it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did
Yeah,
you get into her head?
you know, it's funny. Now that we got a little bit of time to talk in this intermission of dialogue, I think it's very interesting how the way Catherine was speaking is so distinct. It's subtle, but it's so distinct from the way usual Catherine speaks that it was quite obvious that it was Lesser Lord Kusunale. I think it's very interesting that they added such a detail to their procedures. Because, you know, it would be quite simple for them not to basically change anything about the speech pattern of Lesser Lord Kusunale making an impression of Catherine. It could be, you know, just how they do things. I mean, let's be very honest. It's like changing such a detail when you're like creating such a huge story and environment can be really easy to overlook. So I'm actually quite happy to see this. And again, it fits with the story. As you guys might remember from the previous chapter, Catherine is an android, or, you know, a mechanism, a mechanic robot kind of thing from Snechnaya, right? Probably created by one of the Harbingers. I'm guessing La Marionnette. I'm guessing, but I'm not certain. It could also be El Doctor, which apparently we'll meet. He appears in the trailers, so apparently we'll be meeting Il Doctor pretty soon. I apologize for the pronunciation problems, but yeah, I'm guessing one of the two created Catherine. One of the two Harbingers. I think it's very interesting that, you know, Nahida uses her ability to enter Catherine's body to just communicate with the outside world, considering that she has been kind of incarcerated, kind of put under house arrest on the temple of something. I can't remember everything. I do my best, but I can't remember everything. But it's interesting that we just left a very serious and prominent moment in the story. You know, we were stuck in an ever-ending torturous dream utilized to extract ideas from the citizens of Sumeru, especially Sumeru City, and give the Akasha and the heads of the academia more knowledge. So, you know, we also nearly failed to save our good friend from dying previously. So it's quite interesting to see how the story is going to evolve from here on out. Now, we are apparently going to meet the Scarlet King, or at the very least learn more about the Scarlet King, which is also something that I'm quite excited to. The Scarlet King, for those who don't know, is a god that existed in the time of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, which was the Dendro Archon previously from before Lesser Lord Kusunale, Nahida, the Dendro Archon of now. And apparently they had a fight, and Greater Lord Rukkhadevata killed the Scarlet King. So whether or not we'll see a revival of the Scarlet King, which is the deity that the Ermitites worship, or at the very least some Ermitites worship, or, you know, whether we'll see something akin to that, I don't know personally. Quite excited to learn more about a new deity that does not belong to the Seven. Because mostly when you can learn about deities in this game is, you know, in books and very little besides that. So learning a little bit more about other elements and other gods that exist in this world is always fascinating. You know, we had the you know, three-headed serpent from the bottom of Yuyung, the Guyung Stone Forest, if I'm not mistaken. So that was also very interesting, seeing the fight between, you know, the illuminated, what are they called again? I forgot their name, I'm sorry. Again, it's too much info. from time to time it can be a bit overwhelming, right? So that's why I suddenly can't remember. But yeah. So moving on with the story.
From when she said, "Add Astra Abyssosque."
Yeah.
So it's been you this whole time?
I mean, it was quite obvious. Again, it's the inflection, and it's cool that they are doing that.
Are you done resting up, Nahida? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream.
I mean, what did you dream
It was
about?
another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival, except it was a happy one.
Ah, that's quite nice. By the way, the Sub-Zero Festival, again, it's the incident that started the whole dream reaping thing that the Academia was utilizing.
In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round.
I mean, that's kind
Everyone was really happy.
I like Nahida, but that's kind of a god complex. Again, she is a god. But
I
yeah.
also got to sit in a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children. You know,
That's
Nahida,
cute.
maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah.
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that?
I mean, poor child.
Could this be an example of the emotion known as pity?
Definitely. Yeah. You know, you are probably the most pitiful god so far. And I mean, A, as a terrible backstory, but you're still like take the crown as the most pitiful god.
No, we aren't pitying you.
I mean, yeah, I am.
Everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad.
I am pitying her.
By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homianis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her.
Yeah, Dunyazar was the girl that was almost dying. And technically did die.
Yes, I paid
But
her a
thanks to
visit right after I
Nahida, we
woke up.
managed to
She was resting at the
save her a
time.
little bit.
Her condition is stabilized.
Elazar.
Since Elazar
Yeah.
is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering.
Okay, this is very interesting. So Elazar is a disease that occurs in Sumeru. Now, Dunyazard, which is a character that, if you guys haven't played the story, you have not met yet. But if you guys played the latest chapter, you've known quite well so far. And she has Elazar. Kale, she also has Elazar. And we know, and we have fought the withering manifestations on the plane, on the normal plane, right? On Sumeru. But we know that the origin of the withering, you know, the source of the withering, is something that is attached to Irminsul, which is a giant tree of knowledge, which is said to be the true Dendro-Archon, like the essence of the Dendro-Archon. And both Dendro-Archons, Greater Lord Wukadavata and Lesser Lord Kusunali, both of them are connected to Irminsul and its knowledge.
But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to.
Sages
and
are the
what they're planning.
high people of the Academia. Which we haven't met any prominent sages. I'm guessing we'll be meeting at the very least 3 sages. Not 4, 3. At the very least 3 sages. Maybe 1 or 2 that are evil. And 1 that's going to be on our side. Al-Haytham is probably a sage. Though, you know, I don't know. But I find that there's a high likelihood that Alhaitham is a sage. But yeah, we'll be probably meeting and being able to recruit at the very least 3 sages, I would argue. And the other sages will be probably very generic looking.
Right.
Well, we'll see.
Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival?
Yeah.
So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sage's activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here.
I mean, there are a couple of adventures. I mean, too many adventures, like 2 passed by us. I mean, and besides, what are people going to think by seeing someone speak to a Catherine, right? Oh, they're getting information on an adventure. I mean, that's completely fine. To be quite honest, this is not. There's no necessity to move. Actually, I'd find it more weird to see Catherine moving out of this position than to actually seeing someone here speaking with Catherine.
Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
I don't like Paimon. Have I said how much I don't like Paimon? I'm like 90% certain that Paimon is either an angel from Celestia that it was sent to observe me and report back to the goddess in the beginning of the of Genshin Impact, or she is the goddess and she's just trying to control me in some aspect by making me do certain things. I don't like Paimon. I think Paimon wants does not want my well-being. I'm gonna be very honest. Actually, before we do that, let's try the new characters because test run. Yeah, let's try the Judicator of Secrets. Now, I want to see his attack pattern first. I think it's fun the way they do characters here because they always showcase. Yeah. Like, you can tell that he's an electro character just by the way he moves his spear. It's fun. You see how you know, quick his attacks are. And I know what you guys think. Okay, but Zhao also does attacks like this. I mean, yeah, but it's like different. Zhao's attacks are more fluid because he's animo, but his are more fierce, more aggressive attacks than Zhao. Yep. So let's see let's see how good he is. I mean, he handles nice. He handles nice. Let's just do this.
Through me, justice is served.
And yeah, now we get a pretty cool. Oh my god, I like this.
Guilty.
And this lasts pretty long. Oh my god, it lasts very long. It lasts long enough to actually create a secondary charge. This is fascinating. I'm gonna check something. I want to see his constellation. He's at 0 constellation artifacts. Can we check? Okay, he has plus 80 elemental mastery. We can't check specific artifacts, but they're all like a new artifact set, probably. Within 8 seconds of triggering elemental reaction, the character equipping it will obtain a buff to the type of elementary of other type party members. For each party member whose elemental type is the same as equipping character, elemental mastery is increased by 50% of every party member with a different elemental type. Each of the aforementioned buffs will count up to 3 characters. This effect can be triggered. Okay. Well, let's see. Cooldown reduction. He doesn't have any energy recharge. The energy recharge he has is pretty low, plus 35. Elemental mastery is 291, which also isn't very high. He does have an electro bonus, so he probably has the proper equipment for him with an electro damage bonus. Yeah. He does not seem to have a lot of crit rate and crit damage equipments in this particular one. His attributes are decent-ish. I mean, that's fine. The energy recharge is higher, obviously, because he has his own innate and then plus 35, so he has probably around 100 energy recharge, which is good. For this, his elemental mastery. Oh my god, he doesn't have a high elemental mastery. And talents. His talents are all level 8. Judgment. And Sino is in the Pact Wolf, Sworn Path Clear, state activated by Sacred Witness. On the endless year state, if he activates Secret Rite, he casts by qualifying. Activate ejection effect, which damage increases by 0 comics. Okay. Authority, China damage increase. Okay, okay. I mean, I want him because he reminds me of Anubis. That's the only reason why I want him. I'm gonna be very honest. I think design-wise he's a cool character, and I do need a decent 5-star because I don't have one, a decent 5-star Electro character. So yeah, and obviously we have Venti, which I am also going to try, not because I haven't tried him before, but because I wanted to the 20 Primo gems, you know, because Venti here, the ZC one, oh, I mean, I'm gonna be very honest. To fire 2 additional arrows per aimed shot, Venti should not need to have C1 Constellation. It annoys me so much that this is the fact. Because he becomes so powerful with that ability. That's actually insane!
Time for takeoff.
Let's do this. I mean, I like Venti. Fine. I think as a character we need more story about his tragic past, though. I think they need to do what they haven't done yet with Venti, which is an expansion on Mondstadt's Archon. I'm gonna be very honest. I think it needs it desperately. Mondstadt needs more storyline, and I'm glad we're getting a little bit of story related to Mondstadt and its Archon and stuff.
Here we go.
We need also more areas in Mondstadt. Mondstadt is very underdeveloped, in my personal opinion.
Time for takeoff.
I mean, yeah, I mean, now we can always do Shinlin and do this and
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
and just kill her like this. I mean, it's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay, that's done. I mean, really, that's where we're going to talk. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna comment. Why would I comment on anything? Oh, I also want to try Candence, I guess. But do I want to try her now? No, I'll try her later. She has a new evolution material as well. This flower. Found in the deserts. Yeah, we need to go there soon. We'll go to the desert soon.
Let's continue our chat here.
Yeah, let's.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay. It's fine by me. Possesses a student and infiltrate the quarters. Who would grab someone close? I mean, of all three, a student, I guess, would be the easiest one. Because someone close to the sages, I mean, the sages are not idiots, so I'm guessing.
No way, that's too risky.
Okay, that's too risky, I'm sorry.
You mean it'd be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing?
I mean, you didn't give me any good options. You know?
That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru. I've already tried that, but all the key members of the Academia...
It's the last one.
even
Okay,
the
whatever.
30 guards intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals.
That's very
It
interesting.
seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course. Have you already caught the sages? I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case...
But they probably
can't
wouldn't, would
take
they?
over their minds
Especially if
directly.
they're being controlled by Doctor. Well, Il Doctor would probably warn them to pay attention. But they hate you so much. Apologies, no, but it's the truth. They hate you so much that the high likelihood would be that they don't really notice anything about you.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about... After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
Yeah.
Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already.
I'm gonna be very honest. I wish we had an option to decide on it, to make a good decision. Because, you know, everyone plays differently, and having, like, small story branches would not be a problem. And I mean small story branches being, you know, one where the traveler is a bit smarter and, you know, understands things a bit quicker, and the other one being a less intelligent traveler. For people who, like, understand the story, so you don't need to dilly-dally on certain aspects. I think it would be a cool addition, so that you can personalize a little bit about more about your playstyle. I really enjoyed when we were stuck in the Samsara. I really enjoyed that we were allowed to think. And it was like a small mini game to think. And I really enjoyed that.
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal. Okay, but aren't you the god of
Ah!
You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously. Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved,
I can get you to do my bidding.
then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
I'll hide them.
You're saying
I
we
guess.
should recruit a spy?
I'll hide them or Sino, probably.
Before coming back,
Yeah.
I met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts
Alhaitham,
alone,
okay,
and he
whatever.
likes doing... Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Sataria?
Not really, I'm sorry. But I've met many people. Like a lot. You know?
Sataria. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage
Okay.
of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself.
Sure, we did.
You'd even
Yeah.
say we're
I
old
totally
enemies
remember
by
that.
now.
Yeah, I totally know that.
Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu. Mm-hmm. I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sataria has always stood out from the crowd.
Has she? Okay. It's interesting.
She was born in the desert, and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant.
Okay.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
Yeah.
The name Sataria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later
Okay.
on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement
The sun is
sun's
greater Lord
dazzling light.
Vukadavata. By the way.
Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes. From the sound of it, Sataria's just hung up on the research opportunities here.
Okay, so in this case, you know, the sun is usually referred to Greater Lord Bukadavata, but I guess in here it's being mentioned, is being utilized as a metaphor for the academia, and the Grand Sage.
But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems. Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the Sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore.
Sounds exactly like the kind of person we need. A guilty one! Hey!
Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again.
Let's invade her thoughts.
That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but
I
she
mean,
can also use
for
it
me,
as an
it's the easy
opportunity
way.
to
Let's
redeem
go through.
herself.
By the way, for those who don't know, Gothar 7 Deadly Sins. If you want to know who he is, just ask. I'll explain.
From my past observations, Sataria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city.
Okay.
Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her.
Like a
That'll be our
coincidence.
chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine by me. I want to investigate this. Bulletin board. Is it really a riddle? I mean, is this a world quest or something? It was by an academic session by Drusus. Okay. As far as I know, he's an eccentric, even among the academia crowd. He loves to talk about riddles with anyone, as well as research all kinds of encryption methods. But some of his riddles are too incomprehensible, so not many people are willing to deal with him. So he came up with the Solve Riddle Surprises idea. Simply put, this riddle actually hints at a treasure trove. You just have to show up at the right place at the right time using the right method, and you'll get the treasure. Dursus also gave a hint, saying that the locations are all within Sumeru City. But as you can see, no adventurer has been able to succeed. You can certainly try if you're interested. But if you ask me, I'd tell you to do something else more productive. Okay, that's interesting. So, in the light of alternating day cycles, one can see the homeward figure of the lighthouse on the bridge. Right, yeah, sure. Sounds correct, and about what I expected.
This should be Sataria's
Is that the
favorite
lighthouse?
fortune-telling spot.
Okay. I mean, I would literally scream. This is the first time people see Catherine walking around casually.
So should we ask the fortune teller about Sataria?
Of course not. Fortune teller, patient confidentiality. Everyone knows that.
I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
Am I going to imitate a fortune teller to trick Sataria into telling me information? Because I'm gonna do some cold reading on her? Oh my god.
Talking style?
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
My god, Paimon, use a brain cell just once in your lifetime. It's obvious that she's playing people.
My friend here has some doubts regarding her future. Can we get a fortune reading for her?
Of course, of course. In that case... Uh-huh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
I mean, yeah, that's probably true. I mean, I don't know if I offended just one god or multiple, but...
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Oh my god. I'm sorry, it's just funny. The sentence. The sentence is too funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Okay. I thought she was going to mention, yeah, I did have a fight with a god like 500 years ago. But no, yeah, mocking the god of Animo, same. Questioning the Lord of Geo's financial savviness, same. How is it possible that the guy that created Mara has none? It's sad, and brawling with the Electro Archon. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah. All of those would raise countless questions. I mean, I would argue that even Nahila should turn at me and be like, yo, what?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Sure, in love.
Love prospects? No problem at all.
I wanna know if I'm gonna get married to the Electro Archon.
The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed.
And the truth is...
One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Huh? So many people will fall for you.
The harem
How
route.
could that be?
It's the harem route, it's fine, you know. I just collect them
Harriet,
like
Marriott,
Bossuk.
did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
Poor kitties! Don't be mean to the kitties.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune-telling you've ever done.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is that so? Well,
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
Okay. It's so cute. I love my new pet. I really do. Lower. Wait, lower? Oh, okay.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
I mean, it's literally right next to the fortune teller, but sure.
Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Sumeri City, so she still comes by whenever she has time.
Okay, that's sweet.
When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers, would you like to look at some pottery?
we caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Emphasis on the grade, okay.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
There's a lot of emphasis and pause on certain words.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him.
Okay.
After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
Exactly.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and
Poor
broke
guy,
his leg.
Jesus.
Since he had already saved enough mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
Sounds fun.
I see.
Can I
Wish
join
him
him?
peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take it.
No problem. Rest easy, all up.
Okay, that was a little curious, I guess. In a tavern, okay.
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. So she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Okay. Twitch is still, like, down. This is fascinating. I wanted to stream on Twitch for obvious reasons. You know, YouTube is uber competitive, but
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
whatever. I mean, it's fine.
It's
And also,
my
I have
duty
to stream
protect
on
Samara's citizens,
on
after
Twitch,
all.
but for a certain purpose. But
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right.
I mean, who
always been
wouldn't
really
know
interested
Catherine
in
from
feats
the
of marine
Adventurers Guild?
engineering.
To be very honest.
After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent.
I
But
see.
I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement.
You see, it's fascinating.
Sure, I'll get to the academia after their next round of exams.
You know, it's fascinating to me. She's like just a side character, right? A character that we'll speak to maybe 5 more times or so. But everything about the way she's voice acted is done so well. That's the type of detail oriented that Genshin has that other games don't, right? Main characters and whatever may have good voice acting, but usually side characters are a little bit less important. Don't really have a lot of backstory, and they don't really have good voice acting. I mean, I played Tower of Fantasy recently, and as much potential as that game has, which it does, I mean, it can't hold a candle to this game because the voice acting is just painful. I mean, it's really bad. When you have people that speak just like this about everything that they are reading, it creates nothing. That's the big problem, right? About Tower of Fantasy. And in this case, like, even Kishan or whatever her name is pronounced, like, the way she read the line, I mean, you can tell that, you know, even though she's a bit down, right, because she failed to enter the academia, she's still hopeful, and she's still energetic about her opportunities and about her desire to keep trying.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
And you can tell that not from the text, but from the emphasis from her voice, which is absolutely marvelous.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Yes, that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Chi-chan. Okay.
Thank you so much.
I guess it's
As
like
long as I can
Chi-Chi.
make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
See, I'll be happy. That I'll be happy. Oh my god, it's like, it really showcases her hopefulness about her future, you know? She was down about failing, but she is hopeful that she is going to get it. And when she speaks about it, like, you can tell her hope in her voice. It's incredible.
So, was that everybody? Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria. What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria
I think she's going to
face her
disguise us as those characters, and that's why she wanted us to pay attention as to how they speak.
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King.
King dash threat, yeah.
Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense,
Ah!
the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
I mean, Nahida, you shouldn't be so mean like that.
Paimon gets it now. You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria feels about her homeland. Although she knew she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages. So, how do we set that up? Well, the Scarlet King is long gone.
Okay.
And Sataria is
But
also
can
too
he come
smart
back to
follow
life,
any secret tricks.
please?
If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely be wary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very... So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
That's so wrong in so many ways.
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. And then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet King. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it.
Ethically speaking, this seems very questionable. I mean, very questionable.
Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the info we collected.
I mean,
on these
very
people.
questionable.
It's so that you won't slip up. Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them. Huh? Best of luck? That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
That's, again, ethically speaking, morally speaking, that's so sketchy. Oh god, so sketchy. You make me feel like a villain now.
Huh. That is pretty convenient. But why does she have to do this? Can't you do it yourself? Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them. You're not wrong.
Wow,
It's always been
Paimon.
painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine. If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while anyway.
That's what a wannabe villain would say. I'm gonna. Ultron thought that destroying the entire world would help everyone. The sketch is real. It's so sketchy.
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
This is so sketchy. Oh my god. Oh my god. The sketch is real. It's so sketchy. It's so sketchy. It's so incredibly sketchy. I don't know what to do or say or think even.
A blade
Oh,
embraces
it's after
duty.
12. Okay.
As a Jew, we're cherished.
Not like it would take a long time.
Their gem.
Okay, so it doesn't count. I feel dirty doing this plan, I'm gonna be very honest. I may not be the best person in the world of Genshin Impact, but I never wanted to possess someone. Yeah, know what I'm saying?
So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about
I'm gonna
you
feel
over time.
dirty. I'm gonna feel so dirty. Oh my god.
Oh, here she comes. Satori is here.
Yeah, that's not stock here at all.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them.
Yeah, it sounds like something a normal person would do. Heroes
As for
would
how
do.
we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust.
Paimon's starting to feel kind of nervous. Okay, let's go. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
Oh my god, it seems like she's in pain.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook.
This seems so wrong.
Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your lover.
Okay then. You just... Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong?
They can feel that I have done something unforgivable.
I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
I think it's Harut and Marut.
Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
The sketch. Oh my god.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Oh my god. This is the same thing as... I would argue that what's happening right now is akin to possessing a priest in confession. I don't think we should be listening to this.
Could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth.
Sorry, your new laugh is just so hilarious. I couldn't help it.
Please pay. The gods are asking. Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sataria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the And if I may ask, Nabia, Is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
This is the sketchiest shit I think this game has made someone do. Oh my god. I'm kind of speechless right now watching this unfold.
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, the Scarlet King.
This is so wrong.
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Oh, wait a second. The Scarlet King passed away a long time ago. Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the Scarlet King still exist in real life?
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Fuck! Oh, this is so wrong.
Oh, she just ran off.
The sketch is real.
Pretty well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss.
Well, I wouldn't say that. She felt like she was being watched,
Perhaps
and she
something
was.
She's been trying desperately to avoid showing up out of nowhere and berate her. That must have shaken her to the core.
You possessed an innocent child! Even if she's an adult, she definitely doesn't look like one. You possessed a child.
Aw, Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
I don't feel okay with this. I can't feel okay with
abstract
this.
Harabatot theories. And in any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything.
That's fine, Nahida.
Anyway, enough of that.
You big ass
Let's hurry and
supercomputer.
catch this
You'll gain a singularity soon enough.
He's out of cubes now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
Yeah. Let's possess an innocent person. Why wouldn't we? Yeah, they just seem like they're in pain after being possessed.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something.
That's the sketchiness.
Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget?
You know, whenever in doubt, just choose the last one.
Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better?
He's feeling a lot better. He's walking more now.
Oh, that's good to hear. I have been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Yep.
He's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those Scarlet King believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or the Scarlet King?
Interesting question.
I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert. Yet you chose to betray the Scarlet King, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
I mean, that's going a little bit too far if you want to convince her. I mean, you probably kind of destroying Akim's relationship with her right now, which, you know, it's messed up, you know.
Akim, you don't mean you've also become a believer of the Scarlet King?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
I mean, this is so fucked up. I mean, this is so cultish. This is what every cult wish they could do.
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa. Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this. You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria. But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway,
okay,
let's get going.
At the very least, there's that. At the very least, you can mend her relationship with Akim. Poor guy. You know. Jesus!
Sataria's already started talking with Shishan.
I don't know where I am. I just fell. Okay. Let's go. Let's possess an innocent person again.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
What the fuck is happening?
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Jishan, don't tell me that you've converted to the Scarlet King as well.
It's a cult. It's a cult. We're helping this young poor girl go into a cult.
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Oh my god, this is so mean. This is bad. Oh my god, what the fuck are they doing? I mean, this is so wrong in so many ways.
In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who worked side by side with the Academia and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects?
Please, please stop!
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problems. She can no longer justify everything to herself. Hey, she's trying to talk to the guard! This is the most important part of all.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matcha right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking?
The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Sataria, nothing is impossible.
You know my name?
The Scarlet King is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper you will be ensnared.
I mean, what can I say except this is so messed up. You know, the story from Sumeru has been so weird from day one, right? From day one, the story was weird. I always felt like you know, I always felt like the story was trying to be very complex and like, you know, mind breaking. And now it's going into these ethical grounds that you know, this entire segment that we've seen so far could be an entire report on ethics. At what point in time would it be okay for you to go into and disrupt people's free will for the purpose of freeing them from a sort of puppetry that was happening? I mean,
Child
this
of
is
the Scarlet
fascinating.
King,
I think
never forget
what
that
they're
the
trying to
desert that
do.
belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the
This is
strange
so
one?
weird.
The one who still can't pick a side?
This is so weird.
What an
This is
absurd
mental
question.
torture, by the way.
You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Victoria, why haven't you gone home?
Oh my god, this is so fascinating. They're doing a pseudo horror moment here. A pseudo psychological horror element. Oh my god. They kick it up a notch, innit? Even though it's fucked up, because it is. It's fascinating.
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of the Scarlet King. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland.
I don't... Okay, I have a problem with this. I don't think that after doing all that and going to the ground and kind of losing her mind a little bit, I don't think she would just go up and speak normally. I think she'd be more shaken up.
But no matter how much I may try to ignore and get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of the Scarlet King? Or are you the god himself?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation.
Never believed in the gods. Why wouldn't you? You know, in this world, it is known that the gods exist. Right? They have been seen. There's rituals where they appear. Inazuma is ruled by the Archon herself. Sumeru has control over the Archon as well. So it is known that the gods are very real and very present. So why wouldn't you believe in them? You don't need to worship them, but believe in them? It's kind of like, you know, I don't believe in I actually never believed in the gods. It's kind of like saying they never existed to you. I would change this dialogue to make it a little bit more... I actually never worshipped the gods.
Please tell me, what can I do for you?
How much do you know about the sage's current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the masked dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zeru's festival.
You were one of the you gave them the idea?
But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements.
Come on, girl. You seem like you're about to cry. There's no need for
However,
that.
there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city. And even the sages are still quite wary of him.
To fight against the academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project.
Interesting.
One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha.
That seems like a lot of work. I mean, wouldn't you... If Sumeru has 10,000 citizens that utilize an Akasha, wouldn't you need an almost equal amount of people in order to completely monitor all activities within the Akasha? That seems difficult.
Let me see. Let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
The Academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
Okay.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I've atoned for my wrongdoings?
This is interesting. You know, this reminds me what Sataria is doing right now. Kind of reminds me of a character from the show Lucifer, Charlotte Richards, in which, upon realizing that she actually had gone to hell and all of that, she decided to try so very hard to be good, not to go to hell. Not for being good, but just not to go to hell. Eventually she became actually good. But originally, all she wanted was this, atoning for her wrongdoings. And it's interesting, she, you know...
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the God of Wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our side. The Traveler's execution was ingenious. She's the one who deserves all the praise.
I think it's interesting that, you know, we're doing this in a way that probably the other Archons wouldn't do. You know, if this was happening under the Electro Archon's nose, for instance, she would just snap her fingers, and if you didn't stop, you would be... You know? And the high likelihood would be that... in Liyue and in Mondstadt, something similar would happen, were that the case. But it's interesting that the God of Wisdom is trying to gather information first, try to make a case, and do an actual, you know, informing, I mean, the people. I think that's very interesting.
Hey, but if we're going to pray to the gods,
Bleh.
aren't we just praying to you? God of Wisdom and Guardian of the Scholars? No. The truth is the true Guardian of Scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow.
I think this is cute. She's not used to being treated as a god. That's cute. Because she isn't, you know, she has been not treated properly. Okay, following night. We can do that real quick. Let's do this. This should be quite enough. Let's see if Twitch is up. Or if it's still not working. Still not working. Well, we got an achievement real quick.
A blade embraces its duty.
Okay.
As a jeweler cherishes their gems.
I mean, following night, fine, whatever. I always think it's in the same day. But it's from here to here. Right. 12. 19 is around here, okay. This should be fine now.
The blade is like a tea leaf.
Okay, meet up with
Only
Nahida.
those who sample it many times can
Nahida, whatever you
appreciate
want to
its
call
true
her.
qualities.
Catherine, we're here! Oh, you are the other Catherine. That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind. Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity.
Sure.
Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just if something were to happen. My existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play.
I mean, fine, yeah. I just wanna...
Academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
I mean, my question is, how are they keeping you trapped? That's what I would like to know.
Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard. Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you? No, I think she's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. Well, regardless.
I think we're gonna meet Doctor. I think we're gonna meet probably the second smartest being in Genshin besides the Dendro Archon. I think we're probably going to meet one of the main antagonists of this chapter right now, which is super exciting to me. Interesting.
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last.
Yeah!
A rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the Academia.
El
Indeed
Doctor.
I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
This is so fascinating.
What? That guy's a Fatui Harbinger! We can't just leave you here! Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru! Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
He is good. The gravitas on the moment where he wants to be more threatening. You must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough.
Chef's
Emma needs to catch her breath
kiss.
first.
Absolutely brilliant. The presentation of this Harbinger as someone who's overwhelmingly intelligent, someone who's composed and in constant control of the situation, 10, 20 steps ahead. Very well done. The way he spoke, the way he moved, the way he looked down upon everyone, the way he prepared this was all to showcase himself. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. It's outstanding. Hello, Alex. How are you doing? I am indeed having fun. I mean, I don't know how long you've been around. Maybe you just arrived. Regardless, I mean, besides the critical, ethical, and moral, problems that the story has showcased right now, because if you haven't seen a lot of the story so far, well, you're in it. You're in for a piece. But right now, we just met one of the 11 Harbingers, Il Doctor, a former academia researcher who was outcast from Sumeru City and now came back to do something. We don't know what his plan is, right? But to introduce a villainous character in this particular way, the way he was showcased, everyone was waiting for us, right? He knew of our plan. He was in complete control the entire time. He outsmarted the god of wisdom in this particular case, right? Because she didn't, even though we knew something was off, we didn't know what to do. He controlled these people, taking them as literal hostages. It's not that he's more powerful than us, right? But he took control of these people and now is utilizing them as hostages against us. We can't do anything because he holds Sumeru City as a hostage against him. It's very, very dangerous character. He is composed, he is intelligent. You can tell about that. You can tell that by the way he's moving, the way he's speaking, the way the voice actor is doing. It kind of feels like, he's superior to you, and he knows that, right? He knows that he's superior to you. He knows he's in control. He knows he's ahead of you. He made a very easy calculation about the god of wisdom. And although it's not unusual, I would argue, it's not unusual for him to easily discover that Catherine was a god of wisdom. Absolutely fantastic. I personally think that was a great segment of the story to introduce one of the main, if not the main antagonist of this story arc. Brilliant. Great to see you again too, Alex. I'm glad to see you again. How have you been doing? By the way, did you know, because you weren't here when I last streamed Genshin, did you know that the company that did Fate and the company that also did Demon Slayer will be also doing a Genshin Impact anime?
Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her.
I mean, she'll be fine. I'm certain of that, because her mind is connected to the Tree of Knowledge. So even if her body was destroyed, she would probably be fine.
Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one.
Yeah,
I was number
indeed.
2.
Indeed,
So
Alex.
scary. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did someone who once got expelled from the academia came back recently.
This is interesting. Now, does the doctor, Il Doctor, does he have anything to do with the withering, I wonder?
And that even the sages are wary of him. Yep. Sounds like she must have been talking about the doctor. Yeah. Now that the doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis?
But the Gnosis is not the big deal. You know, the Gnosis are just a key to Celestia.
Yeah. Things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help.
Come on, Paimon, start thinking for yourself once in your
Nahida
life.
said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right? You mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Vidia forest? That has to be the same
So,
project.
Alex, now that you're here, let me explain a little bit about the current storyline of the so that you get a little bit of backstory, because this is chapter 3, right, of the Sumeru story arc. So far, when we arrived into Sumeru, we realized that a lot of people don't know about Lesser Lord Kusunali, or also known as Nahida, which is the Dendro Archon. We realized that after the death of the previous Dendro Archon, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, we realized that a lot of people in the academia, which is basically a huge government made by scholars and people that pursue knowledge, right? We realized that the academia found Lesser Lord Kusunali and basically put her inside a temple so that no one ever saw her. Basically, they still worship Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, and they kind of, you know, people in Sumeru kind of don't know anything or even care about Kusunali, Lesser Lord Kusunali, also known as Nahida, which is the character that we just saw fight against Il Doctor. Now, when we arrived, obviously our main quest line throughout Genshin has been to meet every single Archon of the 7, you know, the ones that control Tevat, which is our world. And in our quest to meet with Lesser Lord Kusunali, we try to figure out about her, and we realized that some of the few followers that she has were going to do something called the Sumzero Festival, which is a celebration of Nahida's birth. At the same time, obviously, you know, the mourning and it also symbolizes to other people. That's why it's not widely celebrated. It's also a symbolism of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death. And upon trying to find and preparing this festival, we met with Catherine. That Catherine, which is we learn is actually an android created by Schnetznaya. I'm gonna give you the best summary I can so far. I'm not gonna tell you about the other chapters because they don't really matter as much right now. But if you want to, you know, I am planning on doing an analysis of the story so far in one day. So if you want to, you can come by and then I'll explain the whole storyline and how much the story has evolved since the chapter 1. Book 1, chapter 1, whatever you want to call it. Since the beginning, the prologue of the game. But, as I was saying, so, after we did the entire quest line to, you know, after we did the entire quest line to prepare for the Sumzero Festival, we met with this young lady called Dunyazard, which has a disease called Elazar, which is basically grayscale. It's one of those incurable diseases that eats your life force, and it's connected to Irminsul, which is the tree of knowledge. It's the source of the Dendroarchon's power, basically. It's this huge tree that lives on a different realm. And the Dendroarchon's consciousness is connected to the tree, right? And apparently there's a withering happening in the tree. The tree is diseased. And as such, this disease called Elazar was born. Some people have it. Dunyazard was one of them. And we return to the day of the Sub-Zero festival. I don't remember the name of the festival. I apologize, but we return at the aforementioned festival, right? And when we do that, we go through it. We go to stalls and stuff. We have a good time, and then we get cancelled by the Grand Sages because they don't like, again, the sages don't like performances, they don't like music, they don't like dance. They think that's all folly. Anything that doesn't have to do with knowledge is kind of pointless to them. And because they also don't like Kusunali and the god, the current Dendroarchon, the youngest of the 7 current gods, only 500 years old, you know, because they don't like her, they cancel the festival, and that's how it ends. But when we wake up the next day, it's the beginning of the festival again. So we learn that we're stuck in a thing called a samsara, or, you know, a dream trap, something along those lines. We're currently reliving the same day. We're stuck inside a permanent dream. People, you know, you start seeing people becoming, you know, a bit sicker, overly tired. Yo, something! It's been a while. I think I get it, but it sounds like the short version of a massive D&D campaign. Yeah. This is like the story that I'm giving you. It's probably about 7 hours of gameplay, I would argue, which is a short game, a short full game, I would say. But yeah, so we're stuck inside a dream, and we learn that the sages are conducting an experiment utilizing a device called Akasha, which is basically a portable Google interface, right? You ask the Akasha something and the Akasha gives you an answer, much like what you do with Google or Wikipedia and something like that. But the same way you can access the Akasha, we learned that the Akasha can access you. So the sages are trying to harvest the dreams of the people of Sumeru City, and it just devolves. We are stuck inside the dream for like a couple of weeks at the very least. We relive the same day for like 30, 40 times or something ridiculous like that. And Dunyazard almost dies. Lesser Lord Kusunali saves her. And yeah, it's fucked up, right? So the story is going into a more complex and deep element when it comes to knowledge and the pursuit of knowledge, which is something I find particularly interesting to be doing. I found that Genshin's story has evolved quite a lot, and I think this is the next step. Just a few moments ago, we had a psychological terror moment, which was this girl that we wanted to confess about her crimes. We started possessing people around her using the Akasha in order to make her confess. It was so messed up, and if you go rewatch that, you'll just see me speechless, because I'm basically like, this is so effed up. This is so ethically wrong. This is wrong. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing from the point of view, because we're basically just possessing innocent people and kind of torturing this young lady for a while so that she joins us. And now we learned that Il Doctor knew everything from the very beginning, and now she's in jail. So yay, we destroyed her life. Ting! Yeah, you know, I'm really excited to see where the story is going. And now we have this incredible mastermind. This is fascinating.
There's no time to lose. Let's go to Gundar.
This is absolutely fascinating. So currently, this entire city that you see here, guys, is under the control of one of the Fatui Harbingers. By the way, meet my new pet. Look at my pet. It's so cute. Look at it. It's so cute. I mean, forcing... I'm gonna be very honest. You know, I know Lovecraft is fucked up, but I'm gonna be very honest. Being forced by the government into a dream reality so that they can suck your ideas, and you know, it's something that can actually kill you. Because I do believe some people died. They mentioned that. They mentioned that some people are not you know, are not feeling well about it. I think that's as messed up as it can get. I'm gonna be very honest. I think you can't do much more than that. I think that's very messed up. I think that's Lovecraftian level of shit. I mean, wouldn't you say that one of the calamities of Lovecraft would be a dream god that would permanently rob you of your dreams and life forever? Wouldn't you think that's like pretty Lovecraftian? I would argue so. But yeah, I thought it was pretty well done so far. This story. We might meet a new god. I don't know. And eventually we'll go to the desert. Oh well, there are dream gods. Yeah. You know what's the funny thing? Technically, the last Archon that we have to meet is the Archon of Dreams. So I think that's pretty interesting. Myself. Do we have... Oh, let's get this. I am going to do a summon at the end. You know, again, I can't do summons until
Hold it right there.
I get the character, but hopefully we'll get something. Although I am saving for Kusunali.
A blonde-haired traveler.
So even if I had enough, because I...
Alright. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
Yeah, I don't really have time for this. Okay, so fuck off before I grab that sword that you have and show you how to use it. That's kinda... I'm not in the mood right now. But yeah, we'll do a couple of summons after this. I'm saving for Kusunali, so hopefully we won't get anything to pity break. Cause I know it's not exciting to just watch summons when you know that the person is never gonna get anything. But hopefully we don't get anyone, because I'm saving for the guaranteed 5-star for the goddess. I really hope, because I really want her. So, fingers crossed. I should be around the 30 to 40 summons right now. We need 90.
Core of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work.
Yeah.
We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
It's Il Doctor, okay.
The Outcast? An outcast from the academia? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Maybe second event, yeah.
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat.
But if you have
We'll
someone
shut
that
you
can
up
revive
soon
you and
enough.
erase your memories of
Get
pain
them!
and that live forever and love torture you. I mean, listen, I won't deny it. I won't deny, right, that there are worse. But like, you know, what's happening here is pretty much almost the worst that can happen. Ah, you bloody bastards.
Take flight.
Jai, one gone. And he's gone as well. Oh, there's more? Okay.
Evil conquering, worthless. Worthless. Here.
I mean, they are bloody bastards. Hey, don't mock my attempt to being British, okay? It's the very few British things I can do. Properly. I got more strange wood. And he's gone.
It isn't over yet. Here comes reinforcements.
More! Jesus Christ, do you guys just want to keep dying? I mean, it's fine by me, but still, you know, God.
Whirling snow. Useless.
And this time is not an innuendo, now think about it. Look how insane that is. I actually feel bad for beating these guys up, but they are the ones that decided that would be a good idea to bother me. So, you know.
That was pretty rough.
It's their own fault. I'm gonna be very honest.
Mercenaries are like? Yeah, looks like we'll have. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Kainari?
I mean, probably. You know, if he's as smart as he is. There's...
Going up against smart people is tough. Anyway, let's keep going.
Especially when you're an idiot, Paimon. Especially when you're an idiot. Okay. We got ourselves a chest.
Not bad.
It's good.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, I know, it's not bad. Okay, so there's something here that will allow us to get... under the bridge? No. In the tree? Yeah, I see you in that tree. This is gonna be a pain in the ass because I'm gonna have to climb the tree just to get there. Ugh. How long do I plan to play? A couple, like 20 more minutes. Like 20 more minutes, but I'll be playing for the following days because when Twitch starts working, I'll have to switch back to Twitch again. But I'll be playing for a couple of days, especially because I'm participating in a Genshin Impact streaming event where, you know, you can win prizes and stuff like that if you have people watching you. So let's try, you know. But yeah, I'll be streaming Genshin for a while, and besides that, recently I've been streaming Genshin just to do some, you know, grinding and stuff like that to get my characters, my 5-star characters, leveled up. Because I feel like it's the biggest waste to get a bunch of 5-star characters. Oh, wait a second, get a bunch of 5-star characters and not get them to at the very least level 80, you know.
Yes.
So I'm trying to. No! No!
Much remains.
Why would you fall? Who told you to fall?
Rise.
Y'all saw nothing. Okay? This did not happen. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Let's try. This time, don't fall. Good. Well, actually, if you're going, then just wait a little bit. Let's do the summons. Let's do the summons now that you're here. We might as well, right? We have 6. We have 6 summons that we can do. So... And we got nothing. Okay. Can we get more than nothing? 6 tries to get nothing. Hey, listen, Linda. We might get something. We might get, at the very least, a 4-star. Which was not the case. To be quite honest, I really do hope that we don't get anything. I hope. Because I'm gonna be very honest, I want Kusunali. But, you know, you never know. Damn. We have a couple more chances. Nothing. Which is totally fine, you know. Totally fine. Can we buy? Oh, look at that. We can buy 1 Acquainted Fate. See? Just summons upon summons upon summons upon summons. Okay. You know, that's fine. We have one last one. Eh! Look at that! It's a 4-star. And you thought I was not gonna get it. Eh! Oh, and Cookie Shinobu, that's good. And now... we get one more. Now we get one more. And that one is... nothing. That's all she wrote, folks. That's all she wrote. But... we might as well... where's Cookie Shinobu? We have a constellation for you, so let's activate that. Constellation for you, milady. Let's do that. Constellation for Collie. Let's do that. Hey, listen. I don't care about not getting anything right now, because, like I said, I only want to gather enough summons for the Dendro Archon. I'm not rich, so I can't pay for the summons. So I need to do the free-to-play strategy of saving up until, you know, you get what you want. And strategically summoning to get stuff. It's cool. Oh, you play Grand Cross as well. I play Grand Cross too. Did you see the Merlin that was announced? Did you see the Merlin that they announced today?
Oh,
on JP.
It's the Traveler and Paimon. What are you two doing back here? Kale! It's nice to see you again. Are you doing alright?
Well, they announced the new Merlin. It's a festival Merlin that will come out on Global next week.
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a
The disease
faster
that
rate
is killing the
lately.
girl.
I'm finding it
And
harder
that
to
has no
complete
cure.
more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks. Oh, Kale!
I don't like Merlin as well, but the only reason why I don't like Merlin, besides the fact that she really doesn't do that much in the show, unfortunately it's the same thing as well with Diane and Gother, even though Gother has like that final arc, but Diane, Gother, and Merlin, as members of the Seven Deadly Sins, they don't do that much in terms of impressive shit, but you know, Merlin is so good. She has like a darkness effect, like Assault Mode Esterosa. So, you know, you kind of are going to want her just because of how good she is.
Oh, Master Tainari?
But guess, you know, guess what color she is. Guess what color she is. I mean, just guess.
Weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind.
I see.
He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule.
Interesting.
To leave in such a hurry? I'd guess he had something Master Tainari originally studied in the Immorta Darshan of the Academia. And Partis the Eye is something like the Immorta
No,
research
I
base.
wish it was blue. It's another, and get this, it's another green AoE unit. Because we don't have, right? We don't have enough green, you know, festival units in Grand Cross. We don't have them enough. I mean, it could be red. We need red units. We really need, desperately need red units. I mean, we have Diane. We have, what? Lost Vein Meliodas. Do we have more red units? Do we have more red festivals? Yeah, I also use Rimuru for DPS as well. I don't have Festival Gother though. So I can't use him. I'm hoping to get him in this banner because the Festival Diane and Festival Gother alongside the new Tarmiel, and Frey are on the banner. So there's a lot of good units on the banner. So I'm definitely gonna summon.
Became a forest watcher. Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Partis the Eye. A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of it.
He probably realized that Doctor is coming.
We don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Partis the Eye.
Yeah, let's do that.
Don't worry, I'm
See ya, Alex.
I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master Tainari, please send him my regards. Got it. Will do.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's go to Paradis Di. Actually, out of curiosity, let's see if Twitch has solved its problem. Because I'm not gonna stream more today, but I'm curious to see if tomorrow I'll be able to stream on Twitch. Update, we're still working on solving the issues.
So
Okay,
this is
yeah.
a day in the life of the traveler.
Today, nobody can stream on Twitch, which is
I'm learning more
unfortunate.
about you all the time.
Hey, Catherine.
Wait! Look who it is!
It's Nahida.
Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you.
You haven't been reprogrammed by the doctor.
Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment.
I mean, it's a fair enough.
Actually, it's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds.
Exactly.
Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up, and I was facing the doctor by myself.
Can we see it though? I would love to see it, that fight.
Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky. Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy. Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point.
That's the issue.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people alright? When you left, I
By the
was
way,
still in the
something,
middle
how are
of
you doing?
restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing
What have you been up
information
to?
into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds.
Okay.
Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix.
Good. That's good, you know.
Luckily, I managed to finish my restoration.
Because
and
we're
walk
entering
away
some
from him
Black Mirror
just as he was about to capture
stuff.
me. What a relief. I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
Listen, you're the god of wisdom. If he's a hacker, you should be a super hacker. Come on.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able able to jump between minds, then how do we stop him? He's still at the academia, so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha. Ugh. It feels like he's toying with us. Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui. We
This is the
shouldn't
second
give
in
up hope
command.
just yet.
Jesus Christ.
Let's try to find another way to attack this problem. Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Have you been waiting for us? Yes, I have. I can see the Traveler's elemental energy. So
Yo,
I
that's
deduced your
private.
destination by looking at the direction you were moving in. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
Maybe I did.
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find? Okay. Let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
I mean, more than everyone else is already due to the Fatui's actions. I mean, I find that difficult, but okay, it's possible. Where is my good friend? Ah, he's still there. Okay. My good friend is still over there.
Traveler?
Hey, hey, Pasia, or whatever your name is. I'm sorry.
The voice! It's Hypatia!
Hypatia. Okay.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this? She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called? Satyavada life? Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pariporna life?
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
You did it! Congratulations!
Yeah, I'm really happy for you.
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme and unparalleled experience that was.
That sounds incredible!
Oh,
Yeah, we need to go. We need to move.
actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you.
We need to move.
Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights.
Sure.
My current self has
Hit
not
it.
only gained true insight,
Hit me.
but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
You can do that?
Yeah.
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
We're...
All right now. Hold my hand.
This is
I'll help you.
fascinating.
Okay.
Ready?
So we're gonna see Irminsul again. Curious about this.
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled.
Is this
The
Scaramouche?
first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother.
It's Scaramouche.
Valuing strength above all. She saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
I didn't know he was a puppet created by the Electro Archon. This is so interesting.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches what we know about him. But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
You! Why are you so mean to me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait, have I already lost my mind?
What the fuck? What the
Wait, something isn't right.
Really? Oh, really? Something isn't right. Incredible. Who would have thunked? Oh, come on. Do you honestly believe you can defeat me? I mean, it's fine. It's just a body. But she transferred her consciousness to me? That's fascinating. So this is where the real Nahida is. I see you. Yo. This is interesting. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. Oh, hey, we found Tenari. It's cool.
Okay, we finally lost him.
Gah!
Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different. You're back!
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Yeah.
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body?
Yeah.
Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies."
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surasthana for good this time. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out. Huh. Paimon knows the moon, illusions, and lies. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh, but she isn't with us anymore.
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who is occupying the traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Yes.
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so I trust you.
We gain the furry boy's approval. And if that's not a win in life, I don't know what is.
We came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited, all I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body?
Yeah.
What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tighnari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardis Dii and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation.
Indeed.
The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time.
But I enjoy the backstory that they gave us on the Balladeer. Scaramouche. I think it's so interesting.
From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia.
I think this would be the end of the third
planning to
chapter,
go into
so
the
we can end
desert,
this today.
Start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
She literally can't, but
Thanks, Tighnari.
Great.
Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
okay, we're still in Act 3, so we haven't finished Act 3. until we go to the caravan thing, but we can't do that right now. Can we do one more summon? No. Okay, but I'm gonna end the stream here today. I'll probably do some exploration. Whilst I'm gone, I won't continue the storyline on here, but I'll probably come here and do, you know, and discover the entire map. At the very least, the entire map that I can discover. I don't know if I'll do any world quests. I'll think about it. Yeah. I'll think about it and then we'll see. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming to today's stream. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be streaming on Twitch. And maybe on YouTube as well. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe. But overall, thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.